Good evening and welcome to our Wednesday night leadership presentation call. My name is Ro Williams and I am extremely excited to have you all with us this evening. We have a handful of presenters that are going to knock your socks off. Some are going to be presenting some information and some are going to be telling their personal testimonies of how the products have helped them. But guys, before I get into all of that, I want to just tell you briefly a little bit about myself so you know who you're talking to. So like I said, my name is Ro Williams. I'm a native San Franciscan. I live now in Silicon Valley, about 45 minutes south of San Francisco. Not too bad of a drive south. But guys, when this came to me, I was not looking for this. And just keep in mind, you might not have been looking for this either, but it found you anyway. You got to understand, guys, when this came to me, the person that shared it with me, I had no issues with. He was a person I trusted, a person I've worked with. You might know him. His name is Sam Holland. I know his family. I've watched his kids grow up. I've only known him for about 19 years this month. That's a long time. That's almost a lifetime for some. But guys, I didn't have issues, but I did have some questions. And I had a 4-part criteria that I needed to have answered. And I'm just going to go over that really quickly because maybe you have a criteria. So first was, were the products real and were the claims substantiated? And guys, I found out that they were. And I was excited because no one wants to put their name behind something that is not real. We're not selling snake oil here, people. So just keep that in mind. Second was there leadership and did they have vision? That's important. We're not just in the middle of the sea sailing around with no rudder. We need to have direction. And guys, here's a secret. There's leadership on this call. Good stuff. And even more so, guys, the third one, culture. See, guys, if you haven't noticed, I have a lot of energy and I love being around people. But more importantly, it's all about how you're treated and how we treat you. And I found out that our corporate staff and our field work together in unison, and we care about how we treat each other and the newest person. So that was there. Check. Now, here's the last one, and it may be the most important for most of you on this call, the timing. Guys, if you've ever been an investor or ever done had a small business, timing is absolutely everything. And if you've done things before, you realize most companies only have maybe 2 to 3 of those checks. Guys, we have all 4, and I was excited, and that's the reason why I moved forward. But keep in mind, guys, STEMTech is not a new company. We're not a me too. This company has been around for 19 years, and we've had several different products that have impacted people's lives over those years. But here's the amazing part. They stuck around being customers because of the value and what it has done. We've had some highs and we had some lows, but guys, keep in mind, we're still standing. And we are the gold standard and the pioneers in this space. So just know you're in the right place at the right time with the right company. So guys, I'm extremely excited. I hope you have your notepads and your pens, or if you're a little bit more modern, have your tablet in hand because we're going to have some information that may change your life. The first I would like to go ahead and introduce is a great friend of mine. Him and I are going to be doing some projects together soon, and I'm extremely excited to introduce Mr. Barry Bevier. Now, understand, guys, Barry is all about details. You ask yourself why? Well, here's the reason. He actually, in his career, was an engineer, and he was paid to do so. And when it comes to what he shares, he leaves no bit of information out. He does his homework, and he's excited to share with you tonight a product presentation about the products we have here in this company. And with no further ado, it's my absolute pleasure to welcome Barry Bevier to the call. Everybody, please give him a hand. Barry, are you there?
Thanks, Ro. I'm so happy to be here. I feel honored to be part of this company and be able to do that. So I am going to spend a few minutes tonight talking to you about our products, primarily, well, exclusively our RCM product, because that's really what we're all about. So come on, guy. There we go. You see the STEMTech 360 Ro?
Yes, I do. You're good to go.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, so I like to start this with a little bit about a friend of mine. Dr. Alan Summersall was very involved with STEMTech a few years ago before his untimely death. And he had a simple mantra, a message that he would always start his talks with. And that is, everybody has stem cells. Everybody uses stem cells. Everybody uses stem cells every day. Stem cells work, and they work every time. Well, what are stem cells and how do they work? Well, stem cells are an undifferentiated cell, a master cell, if you will, that's made in our bone marrow. And we all have stem cells, like Dr. Summersall says. And so stem cells are the foundation. I was a foundation engineer, and I like to use that term, are the foundation of our health and wellness. In our body, we have cells and tissues and organs, and every day cells die. They have a limited life. And for them to be replaced, they can't duplicate themselves. They can't replace themselves. So that's where stem cells come in. Stem cells, being the master cell, can turn into any cell in our body when it is called to do so. So how does it work? So stem cells are essential for repair and renewal in our body. So when there is the need for renewal, whether it's an injury or just normal tissue loss, messengers are sent from the organs to the bone marrow. The bone marrow releases the stem cells. Those stem cells circulate in the bloodstream to the tissue and organ that summoned them, and then they migrate into those tissues. And here's where the magic happens. Here's where they differentiate or transform into that organ. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be skin, heart, lung, liver, eye, any cell in our body it can be converted into. And so this process goes on in our bodies every day. Young, old, healthy, not healthy, injured, disease, this process goes on. And so if this goes on by itself, what have we been doing in STEMTech for 19 years with providing stem cell nutrition that releases more of adult stem cells? Well, the problem is, as we get older, the amount of stem cell release declines dramatically in our system. And the amount of stem cells have been medically shown, clinically proven to be directly related to our health and wellness, our ability to stay healthy, and aging. The more stem cells we have circulating in our body, the slower we will age and the healthier we will be. So when you look at this chart, you can see that a newborn has billions of stem cells in their body, and they're growing very quickly. And even by the time they're one, that amount of stem cells stops to drop off that's circulating. And think how quickly a newborn is growing or a preteen is growing, and how quickly they heal when they've injured themselves. And then move to the right on that chart a little bit. Think of when we're in our 30s or our 40s. We're starting to see the effects of aging. If we injure ourselves, we don't heal quite as fast. If we get sick, we don't get well quite as fast. Well, that's a direct relation of not having as many stem cells in our body. And then by the time you're my age, I'm in my 70s, unless we're doing something, it's almost hopeless. That 51 to 90 is about 5% of what it was when we were preteen. So having more stem cells in our body is essential. And so what can we do about it? Wouldn't it be cool if we could crank that amount of stem cells up to a higher level where it's at a younger age? And well, we can, and that's what we're all about here at STEMTech. We've got the gold standard of stem cell nutrition that for almost 20 years, we've been helping people crank that aging clock back. And so we have three primary products: Stem Release 3, which helps release the stem cells from the bone marrow; Stem Flow, which helps improve our circulation so those stem cells and really all nutrients flow through our bloodstream to our tissues and organs better; and then MigraStem, which supports the transition of the stem cells and nutrition into our tissues, the migration of that. So these products work synergistically to improve our health and wellness and slow down the aging process. So what are the benefits of what we have here, of our total wellness system? Well, obviously, the main thing is it supports stem cell release, which we know is essential to healthy aging. Stem cells play a crucial role in cellular signaling, which is important in the daily functioning of our body. Supports telomere length, which is a key factor in slowing the aging process. It reduces oxidative stress in our body that boosts the immune system. Our products are anti-inflammatory, and inflammation is at the root of all disease. So as we reduce inflammation, we're reducing a potential to be sick and to slow the aging process. And then important to me, it's all plant-based and organic. So that's a quick summary of our RCM system and what we do here. And I think I've got a moment. I'm going to add one more thing. Occasionally I get asked by someone I'm talking to, they say, I'm in my 40s. I'm not experiencing much aging. I'm healthy. I don't have any disease. Why do I need RCM? And I ask them, well, do you have a car? Most people would say, yeah. And I say, well, you buy insurance on that car, right? In the event that there may be an accident or someone steals your car or there's damage done to it. And I say, you don't know if that's going to happen, but you're buying insurance. Well, we know we're going to age. We know our stem cell population, stem cells being released from our bone marrow, diminishes dramatically as we get older. So why not buy a little insurance with our RCM system to stay healthy and be vibrant and have more energy for your family and your grandkids if you're a little older. So that's what I have tonight, Ro. Glad to share it. And back to you.
Thank you so much, Barry. Everybody, please give him a round of applause. That is awesome. I'll just tell you, I've watched Barry do this a bunch of times, and he gets better every single time. And I'm thankful for him on this team. Thank you, Barry. So, guys, we're going to go ahead and now pivot to personal testimonies. I have the absolute pleasure of introducing two extremely great people that are north of the border of us. This is Ken and Norma. And guys, they're going to share, they're both going to take about 2 minutes to share some personal testimony about how these products have impacted them. And guys, they're leading the charge in Canada. So just know these guys have the fruit on the tree. Listen to what they're saying, take notes. I'm excited to hear. Ken and Norma, are you there?
Yes, we are, certainly, yes. And thanks for that warm introduction there, Niagara Falls, Canada. Definitely, I wanted to check off all the boxes there that Barry had just gone over, that every one of those reasons why we need to have the RCM has worked for me. This is going into my second year of being on the product, and I actually feel like I'm a test pilot or a crash test dummy for the product itself, because everything that could go wrong has gone wrong with me. I was run over by an SUV, and I got through all that healing, and the amount of downtime and the inflammation and the repair of the clavicle was nothing short of miraculous. And then I got into another incident where I was chasing my granddaughter, tripped over my feet and broke my hip, had to have a total hip replacement. And that's when I really noticed that the product was working, when they were doing the surgical Band-Aids, when they were removing and changing the Band-Aids every day. That literally, I could see there was not that much oozing of saturation of the gauze, whereas everybody else in the room, they had to, because they weren't healing as fast. So anyways, when it comes to how I introduce the product to people, because everybody has they kind of keep their eye on you. If they see something progressively happening to you, then they want to become a part of that also. But I usually use what they call the shake, rattle, and roll concept for me. It works for me because as we're babies, we're conditioned ever since we're small to hear a little rattle. We hear a little shake or a rattle noise. That's how they condition us. Kids, they will respond to shaking a bottle of Smarties or M&Ms or stuff like that. So for me, I don't know if you can hear that. And that's the little click, click, click noise is the sound of the RCM in there. Now that confuses people, especially the ones you're talking to, because they're wondering why you're shaking it. For some reason, they think I'm trying to activate the stem cells by shaking the bottle. But the curiosity is I want them to ask me to open it so they can actually see the capsules inside. Because showing them a video or showing them a brochure doesn't really do it justice. They got to see that product. I want them to take it out and ask them, because they don't know if they're thinking of a hard capsule or a soft capsule. But anyways, I got good results on my heart. And I'm going to close it with this, is that for the last 8 years, I've always monitored my blood work, and that would show you if your hormones are in whack, if you're short on plasma, red blood cells, white blood cells, all that stuff. This is the first time in 8 years that I've ever had a normal blood test. Normally I get all kinds of little red stop signs and triangles saying that, hey, there's something wrong with you, there's something wrong with you. But I'm so happy with those results. And the doctor said today, he says, I don't know how you're managing to pull this off. He said, you keep telling me it's those little capsules. And the thing is, I got the curiosity aroused in them, So I think that's awesome. About it for me. And I owe a lot of my success, not only to the RCM, but for the team that is there for information. You guys are a wealth of information. And I'm married to an ICU intensive care unit nurse. And as I noticed, the longer I'm on the product and the older I get, she's making that leash a little shorter. I'm on a short leash now, so I don't get running around the neighborhood there, tripping and falling over everything. But if you wanted, you want me to just kindly pass the phone over to her?
Well, I see she's on, so she can either go on her screen or do it on yours. Norma, the floor is all yours. We're excited to hear from you, and please take 2 minutes to share with us.
My name is Norma Kehoe, and my background, as my husband said, is ICU nurse, retired. I stayed most of my career in the United States.
Norma, put your screen down. We cannot see your face.
You can see her on hers.
Oh, go ahead.
I work
at hear it on his.
I work at Georgetown University Hospital, Washington, D.C., Howard University Hospital, and Celebration Florida Hospital in Florida. I know more of the people in Florida and also in USA, but we moved here 911, and at the time Ken was really having hard time, so I had to make a decision for my family. And the things that I have covered here is my passion. Being a nurse in different hospitals, I've always been a product committee member, and we always have to check all the products coming into the hospital, which one is good. And being a mother, I always wanted to make sure that my kids will be able to get the best product. Well, Ken has 9 lives, and I have 7 lives. Meaning to say that we barely made it, but we made it, right? At this end, I really wanted to get the stem cell because this is my last resort, that I said that the muscle tissue will be, store and everything and rejuvenate and replace. So it must be stem cell. In my heart and my mind, the wisdom is given to me to make a decision that we have to go back to stem cell. 2010 was the time that we had it. And I really can say this, I will never forget. A blind can see and a deaf can hear. And I seen it in my eyes, those Mennonites that was able to paint in 6 years, unable to, and was able to after taking this product. And blind, legally blind, that can see. So those things are in the memory. And that's why I can get back. And the funny thing is every time we have to do this, something happened, accidents happen, and both of us. When he had his replacement, I had rib fracture also. So I have issues that I never talk about. But I had 5 and 6 rib fracture 4 or 5 months ago. So we both take the stem cell, and also when he had all these things is happening, I had also fell in and hit my face and had it's blackened during the time that he had an accident in his clavicle, in his collarbones, and it was ruptured 4 times. And I tell the doctor, that it will fuse. It did fuse. Those clavicle fractures, I had all the x-rays, and the third or fourth x-ray,
Wow.
it did it did fuse. So that's all my testimonies for whatever happened, and my children and grandchildren and my son is very happy with it because he's taking it. My daughter is taking it. Everyone is taking it. Now the community is starting to take it. So we have a plan and we have a goal. We have a mission to do Canada the very best we can.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much to all the leaders.
No, thank you, Norma. Thank you, Ken. And guys, please give them a round of applause. And I just want to go ahead and send a special prayer to the special couple. They've overcome so much, and they are going to change a lot of lives, and they already are up there in Canada, and we are thankful for you. Thank you, we both, okay? All right, thank you. And we're going to go ahead and move on to the next individual that's going to share a personal testimony. Now, guys, this is special to me because this is a gal that I've gotten a chance to know over the time of this year. And actually, Sam and I a little bit knew her in the past. And her name is Mary Torres. And I just want to give you a little background before I let her loose on you guys. She's an educator. She's a brilliant young lady. She loves children. She's just a wealth of knowledge, and her story is profound. But you know what, guys? This product is unique, and we're all unique. So we're all going to have a unique story, and I'm excited to hear her share hers with you tonight. And I just want to see, Mary, are you there?
I am here.
Excellent. Well, I've already let them know a little about you. You go ahead and take the mic and say whatever's on your heart.
Awesome. Well, thank you for inviting me. I'm going to be a little bit as far as my testimony, because I've known Ro for a while, and being an educator, as you said, and knowing Sam for a while also, being in the health and wellness business, I'm very skeptical. I am very skeptical as far as what I put in my body. Now, just to give you a little bit of history about myself, I am an educator. I love working with special needs kids. I have 3 college degrees in education, but my passion really is dance. So I do a lot of dancing. I've been teaching dance for 25 years. We all know that also has a lot of inflammation in your body if you don't warm up, like if you go to the gym constantly. What's hard for me is being Hispanic and having cardiovascular diseases that are genetic in my family. I found myself in my 30s with type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and PCOS, another hormone imbalance in females. Now, that's all manageable, but I also had an accident where I rolled over in my truck in 2010, which left me with a lot of nerve damage from my neck to my mid back to my hips. So dancing became a little hard. And with type 2 diabetes, the way that I digest food and stuff, my body was not having it. So anytime I ate something, there was really some type of a reaction that I had. So whether it be making my stomach upset, my life seemed to be crashing when I'm in my 30s, when I should have been living my high life. So it's down to putting stuff in my mouth. Again, like I said, when I'm digesting something, I'm very skeptical, because having all that stuff in me, I go, is this really going to work? Is this really going to work? Little did I know that Ro was going to introduce me to something that he didn't know that I needed. He didn't know that I needed this. And I'm just like, oh, okay. I know Ro and Sam wouldn't sell me something that they wouldn't believe in. So I went ahead and just to see what it did. In my head, I thought, oh my gosh, this is not going to work. This is not going to work. I took the first round of RCM at 9:00 in the morning. I'm going to tell you that at 9:00 at night, I was still cleaning my house, doing loads of laundry, going to the gym, doing everything that I do on a normal basis. And I wasn't tired. I wasn't fatigued. I wasn't at all swollen. My knees weren't swollen. I went, okay, this has got too good to be true. I took it for a week. I stopped it just to see what would happen, because There's no way that the sleep, waking up early, getting all that restful sleep made me feel like that just by taking RCM. Are you kidding me? No. So then I thought, no, I don't have any muscle issues, any muscle inflammation. That's strange because every time I leave the gym or when I'm done mopping the floor, my knees are swollen, my arms are swollen, and so are my shoulders. When I took RCM, that didn't happen. So I went off of it for a week just to see what would happen. RCM in my body that I didn't realize I needed. Here we are, a week later. I have inflammation. I've had that fatigue, that lack of sleep, that uncomfortableness while you sleep, that restless leg syndrome. Now, I'm not saying this is curing it, but let me tell you the difference that I felt in just a week. So let's just say I'm still on it. I'm very grateful for it. And none of you all knew that I had a stroke this past February. This past February, I had a stroke. RCM has truly done a tremendous amount of support to my already medications that have been reduced, but the inflammation that I needed in my body, or that I had in my body, has reduced tremendously thanks to RCM. So those of you who haven't tried it and you're skeptical, you have to try this. My results might not be the same as yours, but my body having so much oxidative stress needed what RCM has. So thank you to those stem cells. And I appreciate you, Ro, for bringing that to me.
You know, guys, it's all in the relationships. Give her a big round of applause. Thank you, Mary, for stepping out on faith and sharing your story with us. We applaud you and we support you. This is a community of support. Guys, we don't know who needs this. We don't know who's out there on their knees looking for an opportunity or product, but we know that it has value. For me, it's similar. It helps me with inflammation. Me being an ex-athlete, and you guys know, as it says, I'm a golfer. Guys, I can't swing the club as hard as I do and think that at my age, it's not going to leave a result. I am thankful for RCM as well. But enough about me. Let's keep it moving. So guys, next on our, and thank you again, everyone who's presented. Next to share, we're going to go and now pivot from the testimonies back to presentation. And we have Mr. Ed Garza. Now, guys, if you don't know who this gentleman is, he's a leader. And not just a leader, he's a leader's leader. And he knows his stuff when it comes to this type of business. And he's going to go and he's going to share the business presentation with us, guys. And if you haven't watched him share before, lean in, listen close, get that notepad ready, because he's going to share some information that may change the life of your business, even maybe your life. And it's my absolute pleasure to welcome Mr. Ed Garza. Ed, are you there?
I am, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, and we're excited to hear from you. Ed, it's all yours.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Well, like he mentioned, we're going to be talking about the business side of it, because there is a business side to STEMTech, and it's definitely worth looking at. You know, interestingly enough, get rid of this slide here so you can see it. Excellent. The great news about STEMTech is we're in a very unique category. You know, I've been in business personally over 30 years myself. For myself, I've worked for myself. That means every morning I get up, I need to look at something. So when I evaluate a company, I look at the product. We just heard about it, right? So the product is important. It can't be a Me Too product, right? Where you could buy it anywhere else. We're in a very unique category right here in STEMceuticals, right in the middle between pharmaceuticals and nutraceuticals. This is the future of natural healthcare, right? STEMTech pioneered this product with stem cell nutrition. It's in the category of dietary supplement, yes, but it's a one-of-a-kind product. And when you look at a business like I do, when you look at it, and if you're looking at this for the first time, you got to know that this product is unique. It holds a lot of patents behind it as well. Do your own homework. The person that invited you here has access to all those patents on their website. They could share them with you. Sometimes you don't believe them, so do your own research, right? We have a very unique product that helps in the category, like we talked about, in releasing more stem cells, helping the circulation in the blood and migration into tissues where they can perform their daily function of renewal and optimal health. So the RCM stands for, just to remind you, if this is the first time you're hearing it, you may need to hear this more than once. It stands for release, circulate, and migrate. Release, circulate, and migrate, all important components of STEMceuticals. Next, we look at the company, because the company is important to look at. With my 30 years in business, and maybe business is new to you. So take this as some possible advice to you when you're looking at a business. You want to look at the company and the structure of the company, right? That's important to look at. Are they going to be around? Well, this is a publicly traded company, right? Became publicly traded as a leading nutraceutical company and pioneered the field of stem cell nutrition. We became publicly traded in 2021, August, and you could find us on the NASDAQ. So you could do your own homework there too as well. But the company itself is set up strong to grow. And that is the most important thing to know. It's a solid foundation for you. Next, we want to look at the systems and the assets. What kind of systems does the company have? Right? So that's important to look at in business as well. Because I don't know about you, I've had a traditional business for 30 years. I got to take care of accounting myself, events and promotions, legal and compliance, the web and the IT and problems that come with that, all the research that we have to do for our and customer service, and possibly even delivering the product, and quality control and production. I got to handle employees too, right? I think of them more as babysitting them if you have a regular business, right? Because you really have to work hard at it. Well, with STEMtech, the great news for you and for me is all that's taken care of for you. We have a state-of-the-art back office that handles all the accounting and payroll for you. We have events like this. We have all sorts of videos to help you promote the product and the services, videos in the back office, logos, product information, everything there for you, systemized for you so that you could take off and launch your business without having to spend time on all these assets that we have put together for you. Isn't that beautiful? I love that as a business. Next, of course, is we want to look at the selling system, right? Can I make any money? Right? So the great news about this, we're in a great industry, social selling. It's a proven system with a laptop and a cell phone anywhere in the world, anywhere on a beach, anywhere in your office or at home, wherever you want to work in a park. You can use the tools in the system to join weekly calls. You get a personalized website. You got a back office for tracking and management tools and reports and training materials. Social sharing clearly articulates a great way for us to promote our product. And it's an easy thing to share. I like to say, you know what, let's go ahead and tell more or tell less to more people. Repeat that, tell less to more people. Start telling the story. See, when you launch a business like this, you want to grab the shovel and you want to stick it in the dirt. And we allow you to do that because we have everything ready for you to build. You could start the process right away, the next hour, the next 5 minutes when you join. All the systems, your website is instantly live. You can start sharing it that fast. So you could pick up that shovel and stick it in the dirt and work on your side gig to get some extra income. So it's beautiful. We have all sorts of tools for you. Another thing that we want to look at again is look a little deeper in the income, right? Can I make some money out the gate? Well, we have some really simple systems the first month, just to give you an idea, whether you want to just make a little bit of extra money, 800 or 500 extra a month, that can mean a lot to your bottom line, by the way. Sorry, it could add some additional income for you. Well, the good news is in your first month, if you introduce this product and business, invite them to the calls, and you invite 3 people, you can make $300 and they join. You could teach those 3 people to get their 3 in the second month, and you could earn an additional $500 for $800. You could do this in one day because we give you everything to start with right away, right? Talk about a business in a box, so to speak. I wish there was a business like this 30 years ago that I could have started, right? Where you have every system in place for you. In addition to that, There's one other way that you can make money. And a lot of our distributors and a lot of our independent business owners focus on this as a side additional income because it builds great residual income for you. And that is our VIP customer program. The VIP customer program is 3 specific products. The RCM, right? It's not the RRR, but it's the RCM. I didn't have time to put this slide together for you, but you get the picture here, right? It's the RCM product. They can customize their order, right? If they want to get certain products too, as well as a VIP customer. But understand this, if you find 4 VIP customers, your RCM is free. That's all you need to understand. It's simple. How many times can you duplicate that? And your customers can share the product also with their friends and their family. Some of the beliefs of STEMTech are real simple. Our vision, it's important for you to understand that so that you could carry it out yourself, right? We're a world leader in cellular nutrition powered by natural stem cell technology. Our mission is real simple. It's to offer innovation, wellness, and prosperity through an opportunity like this with STEMTech, with a unique brand of STEMceuticals right in the perfect place, the perfect timing for you. You could plug in really simply. Our motto is driven by science and powered by dreams. We want to make your dreams come true, whether that's $500 a month, $800 a month, or even more. We want to make your dreams come true financially for you and your family. This is what we're about. We're about culture, building teams and communities, and helping you succeed. The pillars that we stand on are innovation, wellness, and prosperity. The gold standard really is what we are of stem cell nutrition, the RCM, release, circulate, and migrate. We have a state-of-the-art nutraceutical product, STEMceuticals, that is prime and ready to go to market. All we need is you and a little bit of motivation to follow our simple steps and processes. My name is Ed Garza. We want to thank you for joining us. We're going to turn it back over to Sam now. So if you're new here, contact the person who invited you here because they have all the information you need because we provide all the resources for them to share with you.
Thank you, Ed. Guys, give him a round of applause. That was awesome. You know, he just continues to just knock it out the park. He's a professional amongst professionals. Thank you, Ed. Guys, we're running a little late on time, but we're going to make sure we get this last individual in. And as I'm excited, I already spoke about him. His name is Sam Holland. I've known him for 19 years. He has tremendous character and integrity. And guys, if he did not, you wouldn't even know my name. It's my absolute pleasure to welcome to the call our double diamond, soon to be triple diamond, Mr. Sam Holland.
Bro, thank you kindly. To all the speakers, guys, you knocked it out of the park. Here's a quick message for everybody. Why are you here? We all have different reasons. Do you already have too much on your plate? Most of us would say yes. How can you fit something like this into your existing lifestyle? And that's the piece that we're going to help with. When Ed talked about systems, here's the beauty. Busy people are the most effective people because they know how to get things done. And the beauty is you do not have to become an expert at STEMTech. You do not have to become an expert at pharmaceuticals or whatever it may be. You do not have to get all that in play. You have to do one simple thing. Share the information. So for me, working 2 jobs, having very little time, 4 kids, stay-at-home wife, the whole bit. That's a lot of stuff going on in my life. How did I get to a point where I created enough income where I didn't have to work 2 jobs anymore? All I did, guys, was share the video, connect them to a third-party expert. If you ever use Izzy Matos, you know darn well what I'm talking about. The man is an expert beyond experts. And then invite them to a Wednesday night presentation. And in this 3rd step, if they didn't get it, you know what I did? Just started the whole process over again because the timing's not right. Not that they're not right. Our job is, and Ed said it, say less to more people because this affects everybody. Now think about this. You don't handle any of the shipping. You don't bill anybody. You don't do any of the back end work. You do one simple thing. You share a video, you put it on a phone with an expert, and the system ties in and takes care of everything else. Busy people are the most effective. As you work your list, as you build your business, keep in mind the difference here between anything else I've ever done is I've signed people up years ago that still order every single month, and I get paid every single month for the work I did years ago. That's called residual income. If you have a job, there's only one person there that has residual income. That's your boss. You want to be the boss. STEMTech gives you that opportunity. Take advantage of it. Have fun. Whoever invited you, get a follow up with them tomorrow. There's not a lot to decide. Step one is get healthier. Period. That's step one. And then we'll help you on step two. Guys, great call. Great job, Ro. Back to you. Thank you.
Guys, we just want to thank you again for taking the time to join us. We know that we all have busy schedules, but you know what? All that matters is that you're here and you made it. And we hope that we gave you some insight to move forward in your business, either as a new distributor with us or to continue to move forward. And we thank for all the corporate staff that graced us with their presence tonight. And we just want to say thank you. Now, here's something really quick before you go. We have a new call starting next Monday, same time as tonight, with both Barry and myself, and we're going to be giving some nuts and bolts on how to understand trainings in doing the business. So if you have questions, bring them to us because we're here to help you sort through that. And so be on time. We're going to start promptly. And I just wanted to say that. And guys, we thank you for joining us. This concludes our call. Back to what you're doing. Take care, everybody. Thank you so much.